Hello, my name is Father Tony Stevens. I am a priest with the Fathers of Mercy. I have been a priest in the community for 15 years this June. I have been a member of the community for 20 years, and it has been a very blessed time in the community. I discerned a call to the Fathers of Mercy in 1999, in the year 2000, seriously. Prior to that, I had been in college at Christendom College in Virginia and discerned both religious life and the priesthood, diocesan priesthood, as well as the married life. Christendom was a good Catholic school and had lots of good Catholic girls there, and so was very happy to have those experiences with people. Dated a girl for about a year and a half until I just really felt a call to the priesthood and to religious life. And the studies and the program at Christendom really helped a lot in terms of helping me refine the call to holiness and figure out where it was that God wanted me. And I was blessed because there had been a couple of Fathers of Mercy who came to preach retreats and who preached parish missions around the college and entered into my life.
When you talk about that first sense of that call towards the priesthood and religious life, was there something specific that stood out to you that stirred your heart towards that vocation?
In terms of what was it specifically that made me really discern religious life and the priesthood, when I was a freshman at Christendom, I was involved in a schola when we chanted Gregorian chant. And something that really set me on the path was a chant called Christus Factus Est. It is Philippians 2, verses 6 and 7. Though he was in the form of God, Jesus did not deem equality with God something to be grasped at. And it's a haunting chant if you've ever heard it. But then when you read Philippians 2, 6 through 11, which we do every Saturday night of the liturgical year when we pray the Liturgy of the Hours, it is that great Christological hymn of praise, that outpouring of Christ's love for the Father, and the setting aside of his privilege of the divine sonhood, and taking on flesh and dwelling among us, and being obedient unto death, even death on a cross. That kind of a calling, to be obedient to that degree, that puzzled me. It was a mystery, but I wanted that, a piece of that. And that is found in the priesthood, and it is certainly found in religious life.
When you visited the Fathers of Mercy, what was it that attracted you the most to this community?
I was attracted to the Fathers of Mercy because of the itinerant preaching. There was a good fraternity amongst the priests, and there was just this love of the Eucharist, the love of the tradition of the Church, and the fidelity that the Fathers of Mercy were committed to. I hoped for a piece of that after my first visit, and so I applied in January or February of the year 2000.
What do you love the most about your priestly religious vocation?
What I love the most about my priestly and religious vocation, early on I would have said it's the opportunity to offer confessions and offer Mass. And I still love that. Those are the two things at the top of the list, to offer the sacraments. But there have been other things though too, and especially with our apostolate, the preaching, and specifically preaching about God's mercy. And something recently in the last year that has struck me is preaching about the story of the prodigal son. And not just the prodigal son, but also the older brother, and how both of them were away from the Father, and how God desires to have that unity with his family, and being able to preach about that. It's been exciting in the last 6 months. I've been able to preach a little bit on that, and that has been something recently that has really been appealing and kind of reinvigorated me as a priest.
What advice would you give a young man who's discerning religious life or diocesan priesthood?
I would say to a guy who's discerning a call to religious life or to the diocesan priesthood, go visit a religious community. Go on a Quo Vadis retreat or whatever retreat the diocese offers. Go see a seminary. Hang out with seminarians. Hang out with priests. So, to a guy who's discerning, take a step. And even if it's scary at first, do not be afraid, like Jesus said. Just take that first step, and he will open the doors for you. So if you feel called to the priesthood and to religious life, embracing the vows, and especially with regards to the charism of mercy, really putting God's love in action, I would encourage you just to contact the vocation director, Father Geraci, and come and see visit, and just come visit the Chapel of Divine Mercy, experience it, and just see what the Lord might be calling you to, and just have a sense of who the Fathers of Mercy are, and get a little taste of our way of life, our Mass, the devotion to the Eucharist, the love of Our Lady, and just a great desire to spread the mercy of God. Come take a look and be a part of that.